Hi, my name is Brooke and I am a pet behaviorist with the Windsor Humane Society. I'm just going to go over a little bit on how to introduce your dog to a new dog. So in order to ensure a safe introduction with new dogs, it is always best to have one handler per dog. A few things to keep in mind before the dog even arrives is to pick up any resources that your dog or the new dog may want to guard. Things like toys, food bowls, bones, even dog beds if you find your dog is particularly invested in their dog bed. These are things that you'd want to remove from the environment until later when you can introduce them in a controlled setting to ensure that both dogs will be okay sharing these resources. It is also important for both the dog arriving as well as your dog to have a safe space and a quiet space away from each other should they need or want it. You could set up baby gates so they could have separate rooms, individual crates set up in different areas, dog beds in different areas, a few different options for the dogs to get away and relax and decompress should they feel they need to. It is also helpful to have high-value treats accessible and ready. It's things like hot dogs, cooked chicken, fruits, vegetables, the frozen liver treats, anything that a dog might consider to be high value. And that way there we can reinforce and reward positive interactions with the dogs. It would be really good if you could take your dog for a walk prior to the new dog arriving. Take that edge off, get a little bit of energy out, and just ensure that the introduction will be with a calm dog. Also, when arriving to pick up your foster dog, please leave your dog at home, as we do not want the dogs traveling in a vehicle together until they've had a proper introduction and are doing well in the home. Once you have picked up your foster dog, we would encourage you to take him for a little walk. Again, just like with your dog, just to take the energy down, take the edge off a little bit, and ensure that the introduction is being done with two relatively calm dogs. The calmer, the better. You'll want to start on neutral territory. So once you've arrived home with your foster dog, you'll want to meet even just a few doors down on the sidewalk is fine. And you'll want to have the helper who has the resident dog come out and just gauge the dog from a distance. Let them see each other, have the treats ready, praise, whatever is a reward for the dogs that you're handling, and reward any and every positive interaction, whether it be just a calm look at the other dog, if they're turning and look at them and then turn away. You want to really reinforce and reward any appropriate behavior that you are seeing. If both dogs are remaining calm and behaving appropriately, you can shorten that distance. And if things remain calm, then the resident dog will begin to walk, and the foster dog will walk behind. Give it a little bit of a distance, and we'll want the foster dog to pick up the pace a little bit and slowly become parallel side-by-side walking with the resident dog. And then you'll just continue on a walk. Again, rewarding any positive behavior you see, any all calm behavior, and anything that's appropriate. Really reinforce with both dogs any of those positive behaviors. After you have been walking for a little bit and you feel it is going well and both dogs are behaving appropriately, this is when you'd want to do the introduction. This would still need to be off property, so somewhere along your walk, a park, just on the sidewalk is fine, whatever you guys can work out. And you'll want to make the first meeting a little bit quick. So you'll let them interact, sniff, and then disengage, redirect, and reward them for that positive behavior and that positive interaction. Then you can let them meet again and let them sniff, maybe a little bit longer, and then redirect and go off onto a little walk, just maybe even a house or two. Then you can stop and let them meet again. Want to keep the initial meetings brief and positive, and then continue to redirect with that side-by-side walking. As long as they are continuing to interact appropriately, you can allow the meetings to last longer and longer as you feel comfortable. Once you have gotten to a point where they are doing really well together and you feel comfortable doing so, it would be time to head home and do an introduction in the backyard. Once in the backyard, you can do another brief, quick intro. Just let them meet on leash and make sure that everything is still good in the resident dog's yard. And from there, if you're comfortable doing so, let the leashes drag, but leave them on. Let them play, interact, sniff, whatever it is they need to do in the backyard. And then once you realize, once you see that they are doing well and acting appropriately, you can remove the leashes and let them free range in the yard as you feel comfortable. The next step is having them meet in the home. So again, once you feel things are going really well in the backyard, it's time to move inside. And this is where you'll want to bring the foster dog in first. Let him have maybe a minute or so just to quickly explore, and then bring in the resident dog and have both on leash initially in the house. If things are going well, like seeing similar calm, appropriate behavior like they were outside, you can let the leashes drag, remove them as you feel comfortable, and then just continue to monitor their behaviors and reactions. With a new dog in the home, you will want to continue to monitor and watch the behaviors and reactions of both dogs, especially around resources, things like family members. If sometimes the resident dog might be a little bit possessive of their family. They may have their favorite spots on the couch that they might want to guard. Resources that should have already been picked up, such as toys and bones and all that fun stuff, can be introduced to the both dogs under supervision, and maybe just one or two toys or whatnot at a time, so that the environment remains a little bit under control, and see how they do. Never leave the two dogs unsupervised, and especially if nobody's home, if everybody's going to be gone, have them separated. If at any point during the introduction process you are seeing concerning behaviors, lunging, barking with stiff body, growling, anything that is of a concern to you, feel free to go back to the previous step. Do that step a little bit longer and see if you can work through that. Rewarding anything positive that you see, so that they make that association that those positive interactions with that dog is rewarded. If you're at a point where you cannot move forward to the next step due to concerns with the dog's behavior, please reach out to us for further guidance, and we will walk you through how to work specifically with what you're dealing with. If at any point you have any concerns, and are just separate the dogs and you can put them into separate areas until you are able to reach us, and we will help guide you through that. Thank you again for helping with these fosters, and we hope everything goes smoothly, and we hope we have an amazing experience with them, and don't hesitate to reach out with any concerns.